Welcome to the round of Germany here at Eurospeedway Lausitzring. This is one of the more difficult tracks on the schedule simply because of how fast they go around it, and there's a lot of concern about safety and whatnot. We've already seen in the qualifying race a pretty serious wreck in between with the drivers of Audra Baranowskis and Vance Caldwell had to go to the hospital after a pretty serious accident. It isn't expected that either driver will be able to make the round of the Czech Republic, and both drivers probably need a sub for that race. Outside of that, we're just hoping that everyone gets through here cleanly. It's a 200-mile race, considering this is one of the faster high-speed ovals here in Germany. And the cars that got in were Paul Athanos, Joki Lathinen, Moshe Gurian, Jay Stella, Henry Sanford, and then Aiden Shepard just pipped Ben Atkins by 0.05 of a second to get the final spot in. It ended up being a one-lap dash with Corona had it, and then, because he's in a Minervini, he lost it to both Atkins and Shepard just pipped Atkins. Anyway, let's go down to the race.
Madeline Myatt leads the field of the green here at Eurospeedway Lausitz, but Tyler Thaber got a much better start on the outside, and looks like Thaber's going to lead entering one here. Maybe not. Maddie Myatt fights back, but she's got Roman Rahal and another Koenigsegg on the inside, so Koenigsegg's to the left and right of the BFM rookie pole sitter. Down they go. Her father was a legendary Orion Elite Series driver and one of the driver coaches at BFM, and a much more chaotic start than what we saw in the qualifier. The qualifier was a lot more spread out. Hopefully they can keep it rather still as Roman Rahal is going to lead the first lap here at the Ohio, and from Wauseon, Ohio, leads the first race, or leads the first lap here as DJ Curtis works into second. There's the Canadian Sean Angel going for third, or going for second actually, as now you got the Ferrari of Henry Sanford working his way up the order as well, with Tomas Saarinen, who just bumped his way into the top 35. Into the main race there. Ooh, Ryan Griffin had to slide way wide to avoid contact there with Noah Hart. Ooh, 3 wide there with Tristan Wilhoit, and, or 4 wide there with Tristan Wilhoit, and I believe that is the 8 car of Vincent Allen. Alex Allen backs way out of that and goes way into the high line. With some of this kind of racing, I don't think it's going to be too long before we get our first wreck here. Kind of scary what we're seeing today. This kind of racing, it always is one of the most nerve-wracking. Oh my gosh, how did they save that? That was a great save there by Paul Athanos. Absolutely magical save there by Thanos, Greek driver. Still don't know how they managed to save that. Moshe Gurian is running dead last right now, and I think this might be a good play here, as Gurian, I think, really wants to avoid any type of wreck that happens in front of him. Leading pack right now, you've got Sean Angel leading over Roman Rahal, Madeline Myatt, Tomas Saarinen, Tristan Wilhoit, and Jacob Hart. A lot of these people are high up in the points, with maybe the exception of the Koenigsegg's, who keep either blowing up or just being unimpressive considering how fast they are. And Madeline Myatt's a little further down the order as well. I think she's in 17th coming into this race in points. But we're right now seeing that she's doing a great job here. She did a very good job at Talladega, and Eurospeedway has similar kind of racing as Talladega. Ooh, looks like one of the Petronas cars went way high there to maybe avoid hitting another car. The 11's now going for the lead with help from the 47 car. However, Roman Rahal just has that straight line speed down the straightaway, and that's not going to work out well for the 11. The Koenigsegg's are very fast for Nokia Finland, and that is, we're just seeing the Koenigsegg doing a great job there. Another car working her way up the order is Jessica Shelton. This is the first time we've really seen Shelton this high up the order this season, and Shelton's doing a great job here in second position, but Wilhoit's challenging her on the inside. Very chaotic racing here out of Eurospeedway. This track is known for giving first-time winners a shot here, and Roman Rahal would be winning his first race if he were to win this race. Kyle Collins won it last year to win his first Orion Elite Series race. And I'm just really thinking that we could see a first-time winner here if we are lucky. However, There's a lot of very high-powered Koenigseggs in this field, and with Roman Rahal leading like this, well, that would be a first-time winner. Here are some cars that are hanging in the back. It looks like Arndt, Baskinger, Michaels, Gurian, Perkins, and Aaron Perkins and Aiden Shepard are all hanging in the back, just trying to make sure that nothing really silly happens to them if there's a wreck that happens in front. However, the field is starting to spread itself out a little bit where they're not so close to each other, and that's kind of good because we don't want to see a big hit like we saw in the qualifying races. Jacob Hart has been the first car to really get by Roman Rahal this race, and now you've got Jessica Shelton trying by herself down the backstretch, or down the front stretch rather. It doesn't seem to work, as Rahal now is chasing down Jacob Hart. Hart won the rounds of Louisiana and Great Britain this season, and now he's doing well here in Germany. He will be a championship contender with this kind of speed, but Tristan Wilhoit's also been gaining even more points with a second place run in Spain last week. Chris Dodd would be the first car with a problem. He would have to bring it down pit road on lap 11 for a tire, I believe, going down. That's not good for Dodd. We thought Dodd would be doing a little bit better in this race, as this seems like one of those tracks where Dodd would do well. He did very well at Daytona, and yeah, tough break for Chris Dodd. Some new players up in the field. We've got Christian Vander Pesch and Noah Hart working their way up the order. Eugene DeMax also is working his way through this field. Ethan Moore is a new name we haven't seen yet in this race. Moore has had some shaky relationships with some of his Durban Sport teammates, so it's expected that he might not stay very long at that team. Ethan Moore might not, so got to be very careful if you're treading on that thin of ice with a pretty good ride. John Arndt would be held up by his teammate coming out of the pit side. Would be Chris Dodd. Ooh, a little bit of contact there between the two. And Arndt would actually lose a bit of the pack here as Gurian has lost the pack. But that might end up helping Gurian if this lead group decides to, pile up. As it looks like Angel's trying to make a move on Rahal for the lead, but Rahal seems to have the dominant car so far of the day. Sean Angel now is trying the inside, passes Koenigsegg, Nokia Finland teammate. Don't know if it's going to work here unless if Angel gets a little bit of drafting help from Jacob Hart. But see, Rahal gets the better run off the corner. Get a lot of a boost off the corner here, but Angel's going to fight back. Rahal tried to squeeze him down a little bit there. That almost did work for Roman Rahal there. It looks like Hart's going to try and go with Rahal a little bit here, but then he crosses down on top of Shelton, and that's going to give Angel the lead, I think. Although Rahal gets a nice run off the corner, but I believe Angel led the lap. Okay, yeah, there it goes. Angel led the lap. Now you've got the third Koenigsegg, Nokia Finland Koenigsegg up here. That's Tyler Tabor. All three Nokia Finland Koenigsegg's are running in the top 5 right now. Well, actually, they're about to lose Rahal in the top 5. We've got Noah Hart and is that Shelton? Yeah, Shelton's taking the lead, but here comes the Talladega winner, Tyler Tabor on the inside. Ooh, almost some contact there with his teammate. Jay Stella would have to pit with a tire going down now as well, so Stella is now having issues. And now Gurian is coming in as well, so Gurian might be pitting early, though, to maybe, I don't think Gurian expected to really be in this race, so Gurian's, I think, just in it for being in it. We're starting to get some pit stops now. Here's Rahal and Thaber coming in, and pretty much a good deal. The field's coming in now. Jacob Hart, Sean Angel, Noah Hart, Vincent Allen, Jessica Shelton, Tristan Wilhoit, Eugene DeMax, Vander Pesch, Sanford, Henry Sanford, Charles Sanford, Henry Sanford, Curtis Thanos, Washer, all stayed out an extra lap here as there's the 11 coming in as well. That was a pretty slow entry for the 11 car. Jacob Hart, Tristan Wilhoit, and Vander Pesch stay out another lap here as some of these other cars are coming out of the pits. With actually some pretty slow pit stops here by Tyler Tabor with a really slow stop. And Madeline Maya, for that matter, having a slow stop as well. That's not good for either of them. As, yeah, they're really topping off on fuel right now, some of these cars. 3 leaders came in pit road. It looks like we got Arndt with a problem in the back, having some pretty serious problems. Oh, now they get it going again. car just didn't want to start there. Ooh, Tristan Wilhoit, very, very slow pit stop for Tristan Wilhoit. That's not good for Tristan Wilhoit. Wilhoit would rejoin the race here. And I'm just trying to figure out where Wilhoit is on track in comparison here. Oh, no, maybe he is still on the lead lap there, but it's kind of confusing during this pit cycle here. After the pit stops, Roman Rahal leads this race over Sean Angel in second as they're lapping the 11 and the 3 car with miserable pit stops. Noah Hart's in third, Eugene DeMax is fourth, Vincent Allen fifth. Sixth is Jacob Hart, so a great run by the FBR cars. Seventh place is Pericles, eighth is Messina, ninth is Michelia, 10th is Charles Samper, 11th is Nathan McCain, 12th is Henry Samper, 13th is Matthews, actually now 13th is Roush, 14th is Matthews, 15th is Thanos. If we keep going through the order, you're just going to see who are really running where. Oh, Sean Angel with problems from second position. Angel has a tire, I think, going down, and he's going to lose a couple of spots there. Ooh, contact there with Jacob Hart. That almost was really bad, but luckily they get away with it. But Jacob Hart is going to get massively held up here. But because of all the battling, Roman Rahal has a 4-second lead over Eugene DeMax in second position. Third is Nick Pericles, the Daytona winner. And you're just starting to see everybody's just trying to recycle themselves up the order. Of course, you've got the lapped cars of Collins and Madeline Myatt. Collins, of course, had a issue on pit road, as did Madeline Myatt, with both of which had overheating issues. It's very hot this weekend here at Eurospeedway. However, much to the chagrin of Roman Rahal, there would be a caution for debris on the track, so Roman Rahal's big lead is going to get wiped as he was about to lap Tyler Faber and a couple other cars there. Under the caution, Jessica Shelton had a very slow pit stop as well under that caution, and she would get lapped actually by it, so she's with Moore and a couple other cars now trying to get her lap back over Roman Rahal, who's been utterly dominant today. So Rahal leads. Remember, the outside line is all the lead lap cars, and the inside line is all the lap down cars. As away we go here at Eurospeedway again. And Rahal gets a great start, but Ethan Moore's actually holding up with him here. So if they get a quick yellow, Ethan Moore could theoretically, I think, take the lead, or get back on the lead lap, rather. As now Moore is actually going to block off here a couple of these cars back here. So I am very interested to see what they're going to do with a couple of these cars there. As Rahal still leads. And so here comes Vincent Allen, was looking underneath there. Madeline Myatt's going to try and get by. Dodd's going to try and get by. But right now, Rahal still leads this race. Ooh, a little bit of contact there, almost with Madeline Myatt. And down the front stretch they go again, as now Rahal's going to take the lead of the pack again. And since he's the leader, he can do that. Ooh, a little bit of, that's close racing back there with the quick fit back there of Gabe Messina. And a couple other cars. There's Nathan McCain, a few other cars back there. Messina getting really close there with a couple of these cars. Got to be very, very careful here. You don't cause a big wreck here. Problems for Chris Washer. He would have a tire go down, and Lethinen would have another issue there, and that would actually spread out the field a little bit here. If you go through the order, you're going to see the field is all kind of split up because of the cars that had to pit. Very close racing in the back of this pack here. I don't want to do this too often. We might see a big wreck if we keep doing this. There was some pretty almost contact there between Jacob Hart and a couple other cars back here. But good deal, these cars are a lap down, so it's kind of hard to pick out who's on the lead lap and who isn't. A lot of these cars further up actually are lapped cars, as Nathan McCain actually has taken the lead from this race over Noah Hart in second position. And now you've got like Messina trying on the inside as they caught Rahal on the outside. The dominant car now is not the leader, which is, I don't know if it's going to last long, as Noah Hart now has put McCain, the Grand Prix Road Atlanta winner, into second position. And now you've got Roman Rahal already trying the inside line here. This is where things get very interesting. There's Shelton's trying to get back on the lead lap. Will Hart get to lead a lap? I think he did that time, but Rahall's not going to let him lead battling another one. As, looks like Nick Pericles is working his way up the order. Ooh, that was close there with Pericles and McCain. Pericles and McCain nearly wrecked each other as Vincent Allen now is working his way on the inside line. Can't get a run going, though. Scott Roush, I believe, is either second or third in points, and he's running on the lead lap at the tail end of it, 26th position. And he's battling right now. He lost the lead pack. So Roush's season started off very strong, but it doesn't look like it's going that well now. Rahal now is being challenged by McCain once again as they're coming up to lap Gurian here. Gurian, I think, has a cylinder down on that car. And McCain's going to get by on the inside with Vincent Allen, actually. He's going to take second away and probably take the lead here since Rahal got held up quite badly there trying to get by Gurian. Ooh, there's Jacob Hurt around. Hurt goes around. Oh, Collins is going to join him. Collins, I think, is going to join him there. Hart's done. We're still green, though. And we do have a yellow now, as Kyle Schock Jr. is also in it. Here it is again. Kyle Schock Jr. just turns Jacob Hart there. Hart goes around, and Schock's just trying to keep it under control. And actually, DeMax and Collins wrecked there, and that sent them. And Schock was going to get away with it before DeMax came onto the scene. So there was kind of two wrecks at one here. You're going to see that wreck take place, and Collins doesn't realize DeMax is underneath him, and then they go off there, and, well, Schock was just kind of there. So Sean Angel does get his lap back, though, because he beat these cars back to the line. So Vincent Allen's your leader over a couple other cars here that are all going to try their best to get back on the lead lap, like Ethan Moore and Madeline Myatt. However, coming to take the yellow, Ryan Griffin would get turned here by Tyler Thaber, and Griffin would fall out of the race right there, too. So this was under yellow where this took place. Henry Samper had the fastest pit stop, therefore he's in the lead. Jake Baskinger's got to come down pit road for a loose wheel there, as Henry Samper is going to lead the field back to the green here with his really quick pit stop that Ferrari gave him. Green flag is out, and away we go here. Interesting that Roman Rahal's way down the order there, back in 5th position. Back there as Samper's actually going to get in front of Moore here. No, maybe not. Moore's going to try and fight back and maybe take Myatt with him. Again, excuse me, Shelton for that matter. Shelton is one of the fastest cars on the track, and the fact that Shelton's not on the lead lap is kind of sad, to be honest with you. The 11 seems to make moves that don't make a lot of sense, though, as there's Shelton trying to get Henry Samper there, as they're going to hope for a quick yellow here, which, the way that the racing's kind of been, isn't exactly a unrealistic thought there. As, ooh, looks like Messina nearly got into the wall there. Nick Pericles goes way high on the track and almost loses a spot there as Chris Washer, who is a few laps down after issues, nearly gets into Thanos. And we're just starting to see kind of how crazy racing is here at Eurospeedway on these restarts. Got to be very careful that you don't really hurt your car, as it looks like a good friend Roman Rahal has just retaken the lead. Oh, wow. Ooh, the 08's in the wall with Nathan McCain. And that's going to be a big crash, a huge crash. That's a monstrous crash there. Will Hoyt's in it, Bichelia's in it, Alex Allen's in it, Roush is in it. The top two in points were in it. Shepard's in it, Aaron Perkins, Moshe Gurian. Paulson, of course, had a mechanical problem there. Big crash. I saw that one just out of the corner of the video screen there, as Nathan McCain got turned by, or Nathan McCain either turned or got turned by Chris Dodd. So here's what happens. Dodd comes down here on McCain, and around they go off the track here. They're gonna, actually, a lot of it was because just the slow up speed. They couldn't slow up in time, really. A lot of these cars couldn't. Here it is from a different view as the 08 slides up the track, and Matthews does a good job getting on the brakes, but the whole outside line just capitulates right there, and not a lot of them could do, and there's not a whole lot of braking going on. That was Paulson who got pushed behind the wall. Paulson was involved in the wreck. He didn't have a mechanical problem. But that's just kind of how that wreck took place. That track kind of funnels up there, as you can see. It seems it's not really wider everywhere else, but it seems it everywhere else. And that front stretch is very narrow, and there's not a whole lot of runoff to the inside if the car gets turned. In the pit stop cycle, Noah Hart would fall out due to an engine failure, so tough break for Noah Hart. And Sean Angel would actually fall out for a tire issue. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but apparently a tire issue can knock you out of the race. Oh no, I guess the tire blew on the pit stop cycle and it destroyed the fender. Another car that fell out of the race was Paula Thano. She had some pit road contact, actually. We're looking at her teammate, Henry Samper, and her other teammate, Matthias Paulsen, on the inside line. I believe they actually put a lot of cars back on the lead lap after that. No, I take that back. Madeline Myatt's in the wrong one. Madeline Myatt, Jessica Shelton, Ethan Moore, John Art, and Jay Stella are in the wrong lane. Not sure why they're in the wrong lane, but we're going to get back to green here. And away we go. As Roman Rahal leads, Washer and Lethinen are going to try and get back on the lead lap. Not sure how easy that's going to be. There's a lot less cars now in this race since the big one happened. We always seem to get a big one on these super speedways. A little further back, we're starting to see some cars get really held up here by some slow cars. So as Roman Rahal continues to lead, the battle for second is actually heating up now with Nick Pericles taking over second position. I believe, yes, he's up to second with Gabe Messina coming up following him as they dispatch of Sanford, Henry Sanford there, as it actually looks like Nick Pericles is going for the lead now over Roman Rahal, as Rahal slides way wide trying to avoid it, and trying to avoid making contact with Washer. Washer's going to try and get his lap back. The driver for the Roos Matthews team doing his best to get a lap back. Lethinen way high into the wall there, or almost into the wall there, as the pack is just going to try and, I think, mine their P's and Q's and bring them home here. One more wreck, and I think pretty much everybody in this race will get good points if you're still in it. So just bringing it home, I think we'll do a pretty substantial job here, as Nick Pericles is controlling the pack now, as Roman Rahal actually lost a couple of spots there. New name at the front of the field, DJ Curtis, now with help from Roman Rahal, of course, is working his way up toward the front of this group here. Rahal is, of course, going to try, like I said, Rahal's never won a race before. Of course, DJ Curtis and Nick Pericles have. Henry Sanford is back there, a former champion. Alex Allen's actually on the lead lap in the damaged 4 car. He's in 5th position. Madeline Mize, of course, a lap down. Vincent Allen is in 6th with William Brock now, another driver we haven't talked about much, up in the fray for this race win as well. We still have a long way to go in this race, too, so we're only on lap 65 of 100. DJ Curtis dispatches of the 1 car here as Rahal went to the high line and lost more ground. However, I still think that 37 car is the fastest car on the track right now. He has absolutely been dominant today. Meanwhile, Chris Washer has to pit for a tire going down. Arndt is pretty slow right now, as Jay Stella. And Nathan McCain had to, is I think down a cylinder right now after that little contact there. DJ Curtis now is battling with Pericles as Myatt's trying to get her lap back. That's very impressive by the 11 car to see if she can do that. I don't think that 11 car is all that strong. They might have put a qualifying setup in it because she was the pole sitter, but she hasn't looked strong since qualifying. As, wow, the 7 and the 37 are battling really close. Ooh, there goes the 12. DJ Curtis has just grenaded the motor in his 12 Petronas Honda, and he's going to hold up his former teammate Vincent Allen and a couple of other cars here as Curtis is trying to get to the pits. That's going to really spread out the pack. Because of this, though, a new name in this lead pack is Christian Vanderpesch, as Jessica Shelton and Madeline Knight are, of course, lap down. Rahal and Samper are battling for third. However, they're closing in with help from Alex Allen and maybe Charles Samper in the lap car Lethion's pretty much lost that group, and I even think Sanford's losing them too. Christian Vanderpesch now has cycled his way into the lead, however, Pericles is fighting back on the inside as Rahal and Henry Sanford have caught the leading group. Gotta be very careful here, because you can't even be complacent in a small pack like this. You gotta be very, very careful here that you don't wreck yourself. The leading pack is coming up to lap Nathan McCain. It looks like a couple of the leaders are coming down pit road. Well, it's Vanderpesch, Myatt, Madeline Myatt, and the 4-car of Alex Allen are coming in as pit stops are set to begin here. Rahal, of course, pitted the lap before, so Roman Rahal's trying to do a little bit of an undercut here, like he did on his first stint. However, when Nick Pericles came in, they had a serious problem with the one car's cooling system. He was overheating, so they had to put a lot of coolant fluid into that car, and Pericles is going to lose a ton of time here. That was just the battle for the lead there as Vanderpesch and Rahal go by. Alex Allen also a very slow stop as they try to repair a bit of damage. There goes Pericles. He's going to lose a ton of time, though. So it's a 2-car breakaway at the front of the field with Christian Vanderpesch and Roman Rahal. They're coming up to lap Henry Sanford, who had a very bad pit stop here. Here's the next group. These are all lapped cars of Matt Myatt, Shelton, and then Washer's 2 laps down. Vincent Allen's in 3rd with Charles Sanford in 4th. William Brock's in 5th. Messina's in 6th, and the 7th position is even further back. It's a battle between Saber and Saarinen. Rahal and Vanderpesch have swapped the lead quite often here as they are actually gaining on this group here. This group needs to start really working together if they want to try and get their drivers into this lead pack. That would be Sanford and Vincent Allen. If they want to be in this lead pack, they've really got to start working together. And actually, we might be losing DJ Curtis here, or Vanderpesch rather, out of this lead pack with Rahal and Henry Sanford. However, there would be one more set of pit stops that would need to take place here, as Roman Rahal is still staying out there right now. I believe the 7-car pitted there. 7 is in the pits, as Rahal's going to need to bring it down pit road right here and now. Yes, Rahal's coming in from the lead. So this pit stop is incredibly critical for who's going to win this race. Here comes Sanford in as well. So we're going to see very close racing action here, as there's Henry Sanford coming out with... I'm sorry, there's Alex Allen coming out, or Vincent Allen coming out with the 11 car. As we go through the order here, we're just seeing who is going to be a threat in this race. Rock is staying out a little longer, so that could be very important as this race goes on. As Rahal's taking a while on pit road, but he does get out quickly with only right side tires at the end of this race. Problems with Dave Messina, I believe, on pit road. As we're going to see who's going to get the lead here. Is it going to be Vanderpesch or Rahal? It's going to be Rahal. It's going to be Rahal by quite some margin, actually. As Vanderpesch has got to do a little bit of work to catch him. However, Vanderpesch would catch him and pass him here with not too long left in this race. It's going to be a 2-car battle between Vanderpesch and Rahal, unless if Charles Sanford can maybe get a run going with Vincent Allen, maybe. But I'm not seeing it. They will have some lap cars to deal with. If Nick Pericles and Alex Allen, maybe they will. As Rahal's got a fight on the outside. They're side by side once again at the line. That's going to go to Vanderpesch this time. But Rahal has the faster run down the straightaway. I think the Red Bull Volkswagen handles a little better through the corners, but that Koenigsegg is just so fast on the straights. They're going to come up to a very slow Henry Sanford. How is Sanford going to play into this? Sanford is going to hold up both of them, as now Rahal's drafting with him a bit. but Van der Pesch is still there. So this is going to be a very close race at the line here. That's going to go to Rahal, I think, that time. No, it actually went to Van der Pesch. I'm kind of surprised by that. Now Rahal should get the lead here that he's drafting with him. No, maybe not as much there. Oh, now he'll get it. Now he's got it now. Yeah, right there. With only a few laps to go in this race, he's got to be very, very careful here. With coming to 2 laps to go now, Roman Rahal leads over Christian Van der Pesch, and Van der Pesch has got to be getting really annoyed with Henry Sanford right now, taking away the preferred line. With only 2 laps to go, it looks like Rahal might get into his first Orion Elite Series victory here, as the driver from Wasion, Ohio, doing a great job showing his strength here, but he will have to deal with maybe some lap traffic on the final lap here. Not a whole lot of challenge from third here. Third is right now a battle between Vincent Allen, Brock's a lap down. Slow pit stop for Brock. His strategy didn't work. And Vincent Allen and Charles Sanford, but final lap now for Roman Rahal as he's caught some of the lap traffic. Now this will either benefit him or be a huge detriment to him on this final lap here. He's just got to play this just perfectly here, and he'll get it. Here, as he's playing it very well, very, very well. The Ohio native, I think, is going to win this race unless if there's a crazy charge by Van der Pesch, and it doesn't look like it'll be the case. Roman Rahal is going to win the round of Germany, and another first-time winner wins here at Eurospeedway. Roman Rahal has a dominant car of the day. Simply excellent car. Van der Pesch tried everything he had to try and take over that win. Third is Vincent Allen beats out Charles Sanford. Fourth, and we'll get you to your full finishing results right here, as there's fifth will be Thomas Saarinen, actually. So, Roman Rahal wins the race over Christian Van der Pesch, Vincent Allen, Charles Sanford, Thomas Saarinen, Nick Pericles, Tyler Faber, Alex Allen, Henry Sanford, Ethan Moore, Gabe Messina, Madeline Mayan, William Brock, Jessica Shelton, Jay Stella, and Joki Lethinen doing a great job there, making the best out of a pretty weird race. Washer comes home 17th, McCain 18th, and Matthias Paulsen's the last car to finish the race in 19th. John Arndt went out with a tire issue, a lot of tire issues in this race. DJ Curtis blew up. Paula Thanos had pit road contact, knocking her out of the race. Noah Hart falls out of the race. Sean Angel was out. Scott Roush, Ryan Matthews, Joshua Michaels, Kyle Bisceglia, Aiden Shepard, Aaron Perkins, Tristan Wilhoit, the points leader. Not great for Perkins or Roush, who are up there. Baskinger, Dodd, Gurian, Griffin, Hart, DeMax, Schock Jr., Collins, and then Collium Lucis all had respective issues there. So tough break for a lot of these drivers, but we will see you for the next weekend at the round of the Czech Republic at the Brno circuit. We'll see you then.